Hey YouTube, I clipped this just to show off my thoughts on some upcoming content. If you want to check out the full video, please check it out in the card to the right. Otherwise, enjoy this short piece. Drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, let's get started. Exdeath Lost Chapter. He's not getting a rework, but he is getting an LD and character boards and level 80. I'm not super familiar with Exdeath, so double check here, wait for the infographic, you know what the deal is. His LD, he gets a new HP poison debuff, and he gets free skill after LD. He can spam skills more freely because of this, because that's what? 8 extra, I think he has 4 uses of his LD, so that means 8 extra skills while he's in the party, and he's doing more damage, again, in the off turns, because of his double HP poison. I don't know exactly what the debuff is, so yeah, wait for the infographic. He gets a ton of attack up on his limit breaks as well, and his brave gains slash shave are based on attack, I believe, so he's doing a lot more. It's a great upgrade. His call ability is his skill 2, and he shaves brave and applies his debuffs as expected. No one else gets anything on this Lost Chapter. That's how it's going to be for a bit, because everyone else has character boards besides the featured character. Getting right into his Lufenia details, again, a bit of a yikes in this period. I don't remember much, but it's a sap slash poison orb. So when I mentioned before that if you haven't farmed a lot of Ferris Spears, this is the perfect time to go back to the mission dungeon co-op and do that, because if you have a character with an E slot, you can cheese past this by just putting it on them. Charlotta's good. Shantoto's good here. Who else has a sap? Gabranth, I believe. There's a lot of options. No pun intended, because I just brought up Charlotta. Breaking them is very bad when they turn yellow. That's the same. They carry it over from the Chaos. Warrior of Light and Fury are synergy here, and they both have Eye Brave auras. So Warrior of Light shields, if you crank them up enough, can actually dirt past the shields again, because they don't go past HP damage reduction. So he'll be like with 60k shields again. That was probably the meta team for the stage, if I remember correctly. Warrior Light, Fury, and someone else. I think Warrior Light, Fury, and Exdeath probably annihilates the stage. But yeah, Sap Orb is a is a very flexible combo. I remember I used, was it Exdeath? No, I didn't use it. I didn't pull him in JP, but I regret it because he's gonna get a burst eventually. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was dumb. I used Charlotta for the sap, and I used 8 because they do a giant brave gain and they get very hard to shave, but it's dodgeable. So 8 completely invalidates this fight, and this is why 8's one of those glass cannon characters. Where he works extremely well, and this is one of those cases. Gladio can do the same role, but 8's evasion is up the entire battle, and he has an easier time keeping up the taunt, whereas Gladio doesn't have his counter up all the time, and you need to time it more carefully. But I used Charlotta for the orb and the overflow auras and the HP damage up. Warrior Light for the shields to prevent, because they do AoEs on top of the single target nukes, and Warrior Light, Charlotta 8. Yeah, why did that take so long to say? Anyways, Bosch might be good here as well, but I don't think I remember seeing him. I think the turns are actually a little tight on this Lost Chapter. So again, don't quote me on this. Just giving you guys a heads up. I don't remember why I don't remember anything about this fight. If you aren't prepared for the nukes, however, it's a bad time. Exdeath, with his attack down and his other debuffs and his EX debuff that just negates whatever attack they do, he just kind of laughs it off. And again, Warrior Light synergy and Fury means steroid shield, and you probably won't see any HP attacks because you'll have like 80k shields at that point. I might do Warrior Light and Ciaran again, maybe because I plan on pulling Exdeath, as I'll go into later, but that might be a fun combo. Just don't break them and laugh off any HP damage they throw at you. The challenge, Warrior Light and Fury are synergy, like I said, so they can pretty much carry any garbage. I remember I ran a 0-3 Gilgamesh as the third, but it won't really make it. As long as you have Warrior Light Fury, and you probably just win the challenge. Pulls and future content-wise, I'm pulling Exdeath. He looks fun. He's new to me. I've never used him entirely at all in the game. He's also a good boss rush character because he's got the double HP poison and the off-turn damage, and he's going to be synergy for the upcoming boss rush, which I'll elaborate on later. And he's going to get a burst eventually, so I'd rather not double dip if there's a banner that I want someone on the other one, but he's also a featured LD. Don't want to avoid that. I have the resources now. Just pull. And he might be the next burst in JP, which might produce some panic pulls. So I'm already committing to pulling on this banner just for that reason. Sap orbs are his specialty in debuff orbs. So like Trey's Lost Chapter, and I think it was the 4th boss rush that required, no, it was the 3rd that required a sap. Oh, and I need to talk about Brave Gain Reduction. Now there is a notion that Exdeath gets killed off by Brave Gain Reduction, and like I always say, double check your sources. This is not true. It's hyperbole from people who said the initial take was Exdeath is hurt by Brave Gain Reduction. And you know who else is hurt by Brave Gain Reduction? The entire roster, okay? Any batteries, they don't get killed by it, they just aren't as effective. Kais got hit by it too, and Kais is still doing content just fine. Rude got hit by it, and he doesn't fall off because his battery is reduced. It's not as strong. You can still pump Exdeath with attack up. He has yet to get LD boards, like I said, so of course you're not going to see, he's a what? Exdeath, as we're getting him now in global, is the same as he is in JP at the moment. So if you expect units to last that long to be consistently run and people did not get bored of them and use more recent toys, I don't know what to tell you. But again, if you see someone saying Brave Gain Reduction kills Exdeath, they're wrong. It's just wrong. It's not true, okay? It's hyperbole. These guys, I just can't stand it, man. Brave Gain Reduction is seriously just such a boogeyman. Just like Brave Reduction was, and I know people were like, oh, Brave Gain Reduction is going to kill so many units, and it did. You guys have lived through it. Identify the hyperbole for what it is. Disregard people who pump it out without double checking their sources. And again, don't base opinions on viability on YouTube videos. It's availability bias. He's really good on the Medusa Lufenia, one of the worst upcoming fights probably in the game's history. Again, really close to the last 3 Lufenia that we got. He's a great character. He works because just of his ignoring, because he doesn't do brave hits, so he works pretty much anywhere. Again, build around him, and he's great. He has debuff armor, which is again great for stacking. If you invest in Exdeath, you should probably pick this up. It'd be a great boost for him. Alright, hope you enjoyed the clip. Please drop a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Please be sure to check out the full video in the card, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.